What's up, y'all? Where that LED thing go? Please, white boy.
Alright, I'm starting the back movie.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to the Smokes and Jokes Day Over Police Movie premiere event and comedy show at the Clapback Queens headquarters. We're going to get started in just a minute. Our DJ QC is about to light us up with some music. We're starting to get people in the room. It's going to be a great night. Stay tuned. We'll be back. See you soon. Yeah. Even if it's muted, like, stay tuned. Like, if we mute sometimes, just stay tuned. That's so that, YouTube don't us. You know what I mean? All right.
So you live right now, right?
We live.
To the wires won't get lost. I think just right after we don't hit it, so put it in my bag.
I want you to sit in that chair and be the light master. When Ohani needs you to turn the lights on and off, you take care of that part. Okay, but you don't move from that chair. Unless you have to go to the bathroom. Alright, you want to play Jenga? Someone want to play Jenga with you? Fine, but they can play by yourself. Can you?
Yeah, you can play Jenga by yourself.
Right.
It's about balance.
That's fine too. Just be the light master and don't embarrass me out in the streets.
Do you want like flashing lights or like jump lights or different colors? They can make that
Pick your
happen.
favorite.
Alright.
Yeah, the only trick now is you can't do New Coons is not in that alignment, but honestly.
Then I guess we can just put the last projector
We
back
want
on
that.
the joint.
What happened? Is it playing?
This is what I'm saying.
The video.
You want to play right
I
now?
just want to go do the tester. Do the tester.
So I'm gonna just play the whole video one time through. Is that
No, I wanted you to play the tester so I can see it here and everything play.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So there's just the intro.
Go ahead and have to go to music back on.
Yeah, we can get into all that. You're right. Let's
Live.
That's fine.
It's just
No sound can happen anyway if you live.
I think she really did it.
That's not a YouTube chat. Yeah. That's Chaz Queen right there. Ah, shout out Chaz Queen. Yeah. Yeah, can you turn the sound up a little bit for me? Turn the sound up a little bit for me. Yeah, we start. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. We're starting right now. Smokes and jokes. Yeah, smokes and jokes. We out here. I hope you got some jokes and some smokes. Before we show the movie, tonight's a special night. Y'all the first people. Is it 9 o'clock yet? Past 9 o'clock. Y'all the first people who are going to see this movie live. Yes, clap it up. Thank you, so cool. Thank you. We work so diligently on this. You can already watch the video on YouTube. So first off, I want to say, Sisters and Smokes and Jokes, we'd like to do something special called Selfie with a Stranger. Selfie with a Stranger. So I want you to take out your cell phone. And take a picture with someone that you don't know, that you never met before tonight. Take a selfie with a stranger. Take a selfie with someone you don't know. Take out your cell phone. Take a selfie. Yeah. Let's go. Everybody here participate. Everybody here gonna participate. Even if you're outside by the door, take your cell phone out. Come inside. Take your cell phone out. Come inside.
One sec.
Yes.
Give me my check.
I'm Tyler Creator, and this is my
That's cute. I like this game.
All right, never mind. Hold on. One more time.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right, gotta do things, bro.
Yeah. If it's working already, man, like you know what I mean, don't try to reinvent the wheel, baby. We got it working. Am I taking up a slot?
No.
Do you need that slot?
I want to be able to mix it.
Oh, you want to be okay? You want to be? Is there any way to tweak it right now? We can't tweak it. Well, this is the first time we're working together on this wireless microphone situation, so I appreciate you. Okay. Yeah, so y'all took the selfie with a stranger?
Yes.
Y'all took a selfie with a stranger? You just coming in? Take out your cell phone. Take out your cell phone. Take out your cell phone and take a selfie. Take a selfie with a stranger. Take a selfie with someone you don't know. Yeah. Yeah, it's best if y'all participate. Yeah, hold on. You don't love that joke.
4 years is a lot, but it's not.
Yeah. So it's sort of dark right here. So while we in the dark, I wanted to do some political hip hop, but I didn't think, because I was doing a movie premiere, I didn't think it was right for me to perform as well tonight. So we got a special performer for you tonight. Hold on.
What's going on, y'all? My name is Jay McDonald. Y'all can call me Mac for short. But I'm put a couple tracks for y'all. Shit. Heard it.
My office, my presidency, Tyler Creator, Senate of State. He's gonna be the commander-in-chief.
Shit, how y'all feeling though? Y'all valid? Y'all good? Niggas, we made it through a crazy year type shit. A lot of people ain't make it.
Uniform is go play merch. Always. And before training, you have to always listen to Igor, always listen to Go Flame, and always have to listen to Go, and maybe some youngers here. It's just a bit too dark. If you're not going to be desperate, you can't go in the army.
This got the
Tyler, the general, so we are farmers. Health, you know.
Taste that pollen, right?
So, sorry, we're going to be quick up.
Let me see that
It
picture.
has to be the Migos.
Oh,
So
let me see how it
Migos can be
came
like
out.
the world health leaders, you know. We put our head.
All right.
Like Senate seats, the first Senate seats, you know what I'm saying?
I'm ready, bro.
Quavo,
Don't laugh at me.
Don't
Don't lie. She laughed at me.
Felt that.
She wasn't laughing.
I felt pain just now.
I don't know where you
That's
Mhm.
good. This is, okay, I take that.
Also,
They number 1, 3, and 6. They said that we free. They said that we free. They say that we free. They say that we free. So why the fuck a chain on my neck? Why does everything essential cause so much stress? Why is it so damn hard to make an honest living? When the rent is past due, no food up in the kitchen. Why when I need someone to talk to, I can't bang your digits? And when you need someone to lean on, I'm the winning ticket. Why they want to send a missile when you want a mission? Go ahead, send an arrow, no accuracy, just a bunch of misses. And when a nigga tell the truth, they gon' hope you miss it. Or dirty the rap like a bust up piston. Can't play second fiddle, can't Scotty Pippen. Every day I wake up, I just gotta go and get it. When the odds stack against you, gotta value the minutes. And when the angels still whisper, don't throw it all away, cause it could have been prevented. Sometimes you gotta give yourself the whole intervention and go the distance.
To the flag and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God.
Cause the judge's mouth, bang the gavel, put you in the system, put it into everything very instant. So I use my penmanship, send love to my sisters and my brothers when they brought us in them ships. One no blankets or covers, we just had one another. Cap took a knee for advice, they blackboard the nigga. Out of hate, out of spite, cause they don't give a fuck about the everyday life. As long as you at practice, when it's a game, you nice, but they don't care. When you go out at night, if someone feels threatened, it could just be a life. Or when you driving in the day, you could just get stopped and have everything going by a crooked ass copping. No, the danger you face, nah, they don't care. Operating hate, I guess deep rooted in fear. And one can only guess how far that ideology shared. Murder, murder, murder. They saying that they were scared, but niggas be subdued. As the dude comes alive on the pavement. Death is adjacent, shifting parallels. Things they were taught ain't doing well. They ain't even seeing bail. People playing God, and I just wish them hell. Wish them hell. Wish them hell. And to the republic for which it stands, one nation. You can hit that next one for me, bro.
What's the next one?
Up and ready. We ready. Up and ready, up and ready, up and ready, gotta go, yeah. Up and ready, gotta go. Up and ready, gotta go. We up and ready, yeah, we up and ready. Up and ready, shit is getting heavy. Up and ready, gotta go, yeah. Up and ready, gotta go, yeah. Up and ready, gotta go. Up and ready, gotta go. We up and ready, yeah, we up and ready. Up and ready, shit is getting hectic. Every day that I wake up, it's like another disaster. I can't believe it just happened. I'm too fast and faster. Way too quick to process. I got rest, that's why you gotta focus on progress. Adjusting the options, make go of the options. Turn goals into passion, let fun in the back end. Turn pain into passion, we're feeling reactive. So certain shit don't get reaction. Just how they feeling, they matching. Type of feelings I ain't matching. What's the kind of problem that ain't gonna check? I'll give you a sec. I got rest, ain't no cap in my rap. Mental and nest, guaranteed for the mess. Can't stress the small things. Looking at the bigger picture, elevate, shift, and the vector, cause everything is unpredictable. So I mastered what I could control, and I gave my all, heart and my soul. Yeah. Gave it my all, yeah. Heart and my soul, yeah. Up and ready, up and ready, up and ready, gotta go, yeah. Up and ready, gotta go. Up and ready, gotta go. We up and ready. Yeah, we up and ready, up and ready, shit is getting heavy. Up and ready, gotta go, yeah. Up and ready, gotta go, yeah. Up and ready, gotta go. Up and ready, gotta go. We up and ready, yeah, we up and ready, up and ready, shit is getting hectic. Look at the shit that we facing. Built from the struggle, just learn to embrace it. Women can run like an ace, better dodge me or aim as they face it. And the boys start every day just to look in your face, ready to pop out and say thanks to day two. Or if they motherfucking feel like it, you know how to go. Autopilot, but fuck we trying to survive and have a little fun around these stress for our lives. And if you care to look, you can see pain in the eye. We've been through this shit so long, this shit we know how to hide. Incidents can get different meanings to the meaning. When you think you saw it all against meaning, we can't go premise. These are put us in the street. They follow the leaders, control our overseers. Step out of line, they gon' see you. Get in line, they might beat you. Whatever they can do to let no ain't equal. What's a sequel?
Damn.
When's the sequel? Up and ready, up and ready, up and ready, gotta go, yeah, up and ready, gotta go, up and ready, gotta go, we up and ready, yeah, we up and ready, up and ready, shit is getting heavy, up and ready, gotta go, yeah, up and ready, gotta go, yeah, up and ready, gotta go, up and ready, gotta go, we up and ready, yeah, we up and ready, up and ready, shit is getting hectic. Hey, I got one more for y'all.
Thank you, right? Yes, sir.
They wanna shut it up. They wanna shut it up. I tell them catch your love. You said enough is enough. It's time to fuck it up. Keep it up in this bottle, fresh up pride, busting through the novel. Overflow, can't stop it. All stuff, they checking the topic. They wanna shut it up. I tell them catch your love. You said enough is enough. It's time to fuck it up. Keep it up in this bottle, fresh up pride, busting through the novel. Overflow, can't stop it. All stuff, they checking the topic. Check nigga eyes. That boy mad as hell. Cause we gotta prevail. Then the only one is dead in jail. If we're enough, then they gon' force the issue. Get for the mental up. Go from a bill to level. Metal to level. Strike to metal. Yeah, right to another schedule. But we can't push a metal to the metal. Like put it in the stone. In a new bevel. Take up a case of what? Just to get niggas in trouble. Let me show you institution. Grab the shovel. Let me show you my next baby. You still a nigga when you in the street. You got a PhD or they're pressing niggas trying to build a case. So my side, got me the fuck out my face. Watch it sit deserve. So I can feel like a chase. But when they do, let's go for it. But they be the very best they see nothing but they wanna shut it up. I don't touch your love. We feel nothing enough. It's time to fuck it up. Keep it up, put in the bottle. Fresh up plot, but you do the novel. Overflow, can't stop it. All stuff, you can't change the topic. They wanna shut it up. I don't touch your love. We feel nothing enough. It's time to fuck it up. Keep it up, put in the bottle. Fresh up plot, but you do the novel. Overflow, can't stop it. All stuff, you can't change the topic. They want niggas just to lay out. Boys busting on 80 rounds. Niggas saying that they can't breathe. All of a sudden, niggas taking me down. Now the motherfuckers took a trip. Then the cop gonna take the fall. Now they all attack, get along, but fuck the bitch up to get the fight. And they continue to hold it down to all the noise. Long impression to a cause if you don't have back on. And once the people beat you, go to get the back on. These is more than different shit. They act like you dead wrong. Like all the bodies in the street are right where they belong. The struggle, they're strong, don't show me how you feel it, though. Act like you look. I'm a boy on top of the whole. Cut the dogs, you just wanna stop. They just won't leave a nigga alone. Y'all wanna shut it up. I gotta touch some love. We got enough to love. It's time to fuck it up. Keep it up, put on the flow. Watch your plot, but you do the now. Overflow, can't stop it. All stuff, you ain't changing the topic. They wanna shut it up. I gotta touch some love. We got enough to love. It's time to fuck it up. Keep it up, put on the flow. Watch your plot, but you do the now. Overflow, can't stop it. All stuff, you ain't changing the topic. I appreciate that for fucking my name's Yemi Afolabi. You can probably not for sure. You can find me on the gram at Guard Up, GUARDUP. Shout out my brother O'Henny. I appreciate him having me out here.
Can you turn up the mic just a little bit, please, brother? Thank you. Yes. Give me that. Give me the talking volume. What's up, Joy? She in the back because she's not only the curator of this space tonight, she's also gonna do. She's gonna do a quick comedy set for you guys. Y'all get up for Joy Sanchez.
Hey, people in my house, what's good? How y'all feeling tonight? I like how y'all in a good mood. Y'all didn't even eat the food yet. Yeah, there's food, just like black people. Shit ain't ready yet, so you know how we do our chairs, Brooklyn styles, baby, spreading love and doing shit in our own time. So, my name is Joy Sanchez. I am the curator of the space. It's a long story, but long story short, I liberated the space from a white girl. It's only funny to half of y'all because like it's cool. My comedy ain't for everybody. That's all right. You know what I'm saying? Just don't yuck my yum. That's all that matters. So I see a lot of confused faces too because my last name is Sanchez. Y'all was not expecting me. I get it. I be confused as well. Like, I'm not really sure if anybody wants me to pay my bills because they keep sending it to me in Spanish. You know what I mean? Like, if I can't read it, I'm not paying it. Like, that's like Black Economics 101. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all shall not pay any bill we cannot understand. It's all good. I'm thinking about going back to my maiden name, which is white as fuck. It's Wiltshire, right? Not Wilshire like in California. Wiltshire because Asians were, we were colonized by the British and we're some of the little ippity. We the ippity West Indians. Anyway. I say this because my last name is white, so white. I'm gonna tell you this is a true story. A couple years back, I had to get my gallbladder removed, right? Shit was about to burst because I had a stone like the size of a quarter. I caught it in time. Now my mother, who is like, lighter than a paper bag, she was doing my registration while they rushed me to surgery, right? The next couple days later, I get out the hospital and I go back to do my follow-up, my surgeon. And I'm in the surgeon's office. I'm waiting to get called. And they're like, they call me and I'm like, yes. They're like, no, ma'am, we're not calling you. They're like, Wiltshire. And I'm like, that's me. No, ma'am, we're not calling you. And I'm like, see, Joy Wiltshire, right? They're like, no, we're looking for Joey Wilshire. And we're like, it gets better because they had me classified as a white man. I was like, what? Does that mean my hospital bill is free? I can use some of that privilege in my life right now. You know what I mean? And I feel super privileged now. Like, this is the first time in my life I've ever known what it's like to be privileged. Because I'm like, basic shit these days during the pandemic is a privilege. Like having a roof over your head and food to eat. Like, that's a privilege I'm super grateful for. You know what I mean? Clap it up if you got a place to live and shit. Like, so I'm so privileged that I grew myself a super fupa. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm a professional chef. If a chick does not have a fupa, don't eat her food. That means she ain't cooking shit, dog. You see this? This is the real stamp of approval, okay? I used to think that I needed to be skinny for dudes to love me. Like, no, they don't care about your body. They care about your food. Son. Like, that's... When I was a skinny bitch, I was not eating shit. I wasn't cooking. I wasn't home long enough to cook. So I didn't even buy groceries. You know what I'm saying? I ate out all the time. I was like a gold star seamless person, But like this pandemic kept me home, so now I get to like rediscover the joy of cooking for my damn self. And hence, here we are now. It's all right though.
You look good though.
Right, I look good though. Especially since I got a 14-year-old son. Some of y'all over here calling him my little brother. Like, no, that's my son. I pushed him out of here. He once lived here. He got evicted too. If you don't pay rent, you gotta go. That's New York, right? I recently went to Brazil. So that was dope. You know what I mean? Went over there, talked to God for a little bit, saw how happy people could really be with absolutely nothing. And, I came back and I got a little fucked up. Like, it got me fucked up. Now my friends got me fucked up because I was out there and in Brazil, nobody will sell you weed. Even if they got like a whole sack in their bed, they'll give you like just enough for a joint. They'll share with you or they'll smoke you out, but they're not going to sell you shit. Like, they don't know you. And I get that. I don't know you, I'll smoke with you. right? So in Brazil, the slang word for weed is Becky and Becky. And that ain't Becky. So I'm from Brooklyn, right? I'm telling my friend, I'm like, you really want me to go around? Because he left before me, so I'm over there trying to find weed on my own. So now he's like, yeah, just be like, oh, down there, Becky. You want me to walk around asking for Becky? I'm from Brooklyn, we don't do that. I did it though. Yeah, sorry. It was like I had to. I didn't want to drink because, like, it's not about that life no more. I'm a grown ass woman. I don't buy drinks, I buy bottles. That's the point. So now I come back from Brazil and now I'm getting my friends fucked up because they like, what you doing? And I'm like, I'm just smoking some Becky. and so I came home one day to an intervention, like, this bitch is a crackhead. She over here talking about she's smoking Becky. And I'm like, wait. It's just weed, man. Like, my brain is all fucked up from Brazil. It's all right. I'm gonna get back to speaking English eventually when that shit pays me. And that's it, So thank you so much. I think that's about my time. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for laughing. Thanks for being here. There will be food in a little while, I promise. But until then, keep drinking. Please do the act straight and smoke the cigarettes outside. All right. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah, give it up for Joy. Sanchez. Yeah. That was good. That was good.
That was the vibe.
That was mine. Yeah. Let me tell a couple of dumb jokes before before the next comedian comes on. Hey, stop celebrating so loud. She's celebrating. I went to Dunkin' Donuts. Had my girl with me. And the barista there messed up my order because I had a dark-skinned girl and he gave me a light coffee. He should know, no matter what the color of my girl, that's the kind of girl and coffee I like. If I bring in Lupita Nyong'o, dark coffee. Beyonce, some milk. Anne Hathaway, just milk. I'm from the hood. I'm from the hood. I'm so much from the hood. My friends are gangsters. I got a friend who's a blood. He's so much of a blood, he won't even invest in cryptocurrency.
That's a good one. That's a bar.
Yeah, man. Talk about he's so worried on Bitcoins. He's still rolling. Is that a turtleneck, sir? Yeah. You grown as hell for 14. He's like,
you lowered me? Did you? He over there DJing and shit. He died?
Wow, that's
Oh.
crazy.
You don't even need that though.
Use that voice. Click on. Click nice.
What happened? Is that guy?
Yeah.
Died. Oh, shit. See, nice.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Keep going. You don't even need that because you project. You don't even need that. We hear you anyway. Keep going.
There you go. There you
Line it
go.
up and oh.
I almost quit being black last week. Got tough. What I don't like is the mysticism and the criminalism. You feel me?
Right.
I'm supposed to have the hugest dick. If I was 5'4", it'd be huge. And 6'3", it's all right. Right? It's good. Criminalism. They got me feeling like I'm a criminal all the time, man. I walked into a Walmart. I saw a black guy about to steal on the camera. I said, I'm gonna make sure that black guy don't steal. I start following him around the store. Make sure this black guy don't steal, man. I finally caught up to my grab. I said, motherfucker, it was me. I was following myself the whole time. Criminalized. I took the train here.
From where?
Utica, nigga. I went from one Utica to the next. What the fuck am I doing? I hopped the train.
I think we all have.
For reparations.
Right.
That's how I get back. Actually, I pay in the overpass. When the train is up here, I pay. But I feel like I shouldn't be paying twice for the Underground Railroad. When you say, I just felt like a Negro spirit. Anybody got some cornbread out here? You ever be on the train and the crazy bum start making sense? He be twitching out like Meghan Markle should have known what was going to happen from what they did to Princess Diana.
Oh, wow.
He be like, why take the shot when at the store I'm gonna be able to buy a Tylenol cold and COVID? I was like, oh shit. He think about the future. Tylenol cold and COVID, I'm gonna buy that. Then he start tweaking and shit. He be like, Chipotle is better than Taco Bell. He's like, hold on. Hold on now. Taco Bell's hours surely make it better than Chipotle, sir. Coming to the stage. Coming to the stage, a young lady who disagrees with me. Y'all give it up for Bunny Marie.
I'm from the Bronx.
Hey.
So I don't need a mic. But, you know, this is for ambiance, you know. I'm going to look like I'm doing something for real. Because you got the StreamYard on me, so I got to act like I'm really telling jokes out here. You know, right. You don't want to be embarrassed on me on the stream. Imagine you bombed and everybody's like, damn, I'm watching this live. Go Bunny, and then you fuck up the jokes, and everybody just looking at you like you're stupid. No, for real. Like, I've seen so much performances over the pandemic. I'm like, ooh, boo, you should have rehearsed a little bit more. You in the house, like, right. You have no pressure on you. It's you and the camera. But
Yeah.
Oh, it's it. Period.
Here we go.
Damn, no that shit.
I ain't get that blood back ever. I ain't get that blood back ever.
My voice is that annoying. I'm gonna hold you. Lower that. Lower. I'm keeping it real. Like, my voice is very annoying. Look, the first step is admitting where you have your shortcomings. And I know my voice is very piercing. And when I say certain things and repeat it to annoy people, I'm fucking annoying. Excuse my French. Sorry, I'm supposed to keep it clean here. There's a child in the room.
I don't really mind.
Look, look, first of all, when you're in harm's way, you're a child. But when it's fun, you're not a child. But I totally get you. So I don't know I'm in Brooklyn. I'm not familiar. I know we in a comfortable, safe space here, right? So, you know, if I curse a little, just close your ears, close your eyes.
Funny is.
You know what's so crazy? You know what's so crazy? Like my parents, so my mom's Jamaican, my dad's Nigerian.
Hey.
And I was not allowed to watch sex scenes until I was like probably 16 years old. I know y'all looking, why are you looking at me like that? You looking at me because you a pervert. You watching it at 6. Like my parents were so strict. Like I didn't date till officially date like where my parents knew until like after high school. Like I really came from a strict house. But I ended up doing comedy. I didn't become a doctor, teacher, lawyer, engineer, typical, you know, first generation kids. That's usually what we get. But, you know, I realized I dealt with xenophobia before I even knew it. No, black people, guys, black people deal with xenophobia because they come from other countries. I just wanted to make that clear. But yeah, the xenophobia, you know, African booty scratcher, ganja smoker. I don't smoke weed, but I'm half Jamaican. So a lot of people are confused, especially white people. I'm like, does every Jamaican smoke weed? Like, can I just be a half Jamaican not smoking weed? Like, there's even Nigerians that smoke weed. So there's some people are like, you don't smoke weed? No, I don't. But I don't judge people smoking weed. You can smoke your shit, live your life. The term African booty scratcher, I never understood it. Because we don't like to scratch our booties.
Right.
Like, out of all the insults you could say about us, at least you could say we walk around barefoot, we don't have no clothes, our flip-flops are fucked up, but you choose to talk about our booties and say that we scratch them. Like it don't make sense. I'm confused. I'm always confused. It's never making sense. Anyways, I'm done with that topic. But I'm done with that topic. So, you know, as a quote unquote, you know, as a woman, because I identify as a woman, you know, we got to do the pronouns things. Her, she, her, in either order, doesn't matter. I gotta make this clear now, because you know there's a they them. But I'm only doing they them if they got like loans and grants and like benefits. I ain't gonna hold you. If they got some special shit for the they thems, I'm gonna they them all day long until the money run out. Look, if they got a he him fund, I might be a he him for a day too. Cause this pronoun thing is confused. I'm non-binary for pay. Like, you know how they have gay for pay? Yeah. I'm not binary for pay. Also, you know, I identify as a trans billionaire. So I identify as a billionaire. I know I'm downstairs in Brooklyn, but I identify as a billionaire. Right. Yes. Look, if you can believe, you can achieve, okay?
Yes.
You hear me? Exactly, my brother. So I feel like I identify as a billionaire, even though I'm not there yet. Like Kylie Jenner and Kim Kardashian is not
a billionaire, she's on her tax.
Right, exactly. But Forbes believe the finesse. They believe the manifestation. So she identified as a billionaire. You see how that works? I'm on to something, like work with me. Right. So I feel like with all the things that people identify with and all the you know, the pronouns, non-binary, all these specifications, I feel like we all can navigate to our benefit. Whatever you find, whatever box you can fit in, and they're giving out money, that's where you need to go. That's where you need to go. We're in a global pandemic, okay? We're in a global pandemic, so get it how you live. People are getting arrested for PPP loans, okay? If I know how to fill out the paperwork properly, I would apply for it. I don't have any employees. I don't even have an LLC, but I would apply. We'll talk later. We'll talk later. Please, we'll talk later. We'll talk later. I don't know who they know. We'll talk later. All right. We'll talk later though. But yeah, so that's my advice for everybody in this room. Find the bots that you can identify with, that you can kind of get into, non-binary, trans, whatever you want to be, or you identify as et cetera, et cetera. I identify as a billionaire, so I want to be in the parties with Bill Gates and the wife and all of them, and Bloomberg, because I'm them. I identify as a billionaire, so I'm with them. So, it's interesting because, I'm a woman and everything, and there's a lot of ways how people try to make you feel small or inadequate. And before the pandemic, I used to take a lot of bullshit as a woman, with grooming and stuff, going to the nail salon, hair salon and stuff. And that question that for ladies, the question that they ask you when you sit down and get your nails done, or you're about to get your hair shampooed, is, do you have a boyfriend? Do you have a boyfriend? So imagine being a single woman, you go into your nail tech for 3 years, 4 years, and every time you sit down in her chair, and you're going there at least twice a month, and it's always, do you have a boyfriend? It's like, no. And with my nail tech, she's just like, you're so pretty, why you don't have a boyfriend? What's going on? And you just rolling your eyes like, bitch, these motherfuckers ain't shit. What am I supposed to do? If Tyrone doesn't want to get a job, I'm not going to be with him. If Ray up the street is only selling weed and not selling crack and heroin, and he don't got enough money to take me to Ruth Chris, I'm not going. I'm not going. That Applebee's $20 meal, I'm not doing that. So that's why I don't have boyfriend, okay? Lord have mercy. That question used to piss me off, but guess what? God saved me during this pandemic and I got a boyfriend. But wait, no, before you hold your applause. During this pandemic too, guess what I learned how to do?
Yeah.
My fucking nails. I learned how to do my nails. I did a thing. I learned how to do my nails. Right? Wait. It's all gonna tie in. Give me a moment. Let me land this plane real quick. So, before I was going to the nail tech before the pandemic, no boyfriend. Now I have a boyfriend during the pandemic, learned how to do my nails. Now I cannot go into the nail salon, and when Angela, my nail tech, asks me, do you have boyfriend? I can't even say yes, because I don't get my nails done at the nail salon anymore. Imagine that. I can't even go. I'm telling you, this broke. So I'm about to go to the nail salon on Monday. And when Angela asks me about my nail, and she asked me about that question, when that question comes up, I'm gonna be waiting. I'm gonna be like, girl, I'm waiting for you to ask me. Do you have a boyfriend? I'm be like, you know how they slap the dominoes? I'll be like, yes, I got a motherfucking boyfriend. You happy for me, girl? Now, what's your follow-up question? Because you're gonna tell me. Because when you don't have a boyfriend, there's a whole bunch of follow-up questions. What's your question? What's the follow-up?
Right.
I got a boyfriend. Now what?
Right.
Talk to me. Now what, ho? Talk to me. Now what?
Right.
I got a boyfriend. I'm lit. What's up? Where's your husband? Where's her husband? Where's everybody's husband? Because y'all was talking about me. Y'all been saying what you were saying in Korean for years. Now I got a boyfriend. Talk to me. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation now. Ask me some questions because I want to answer them. No, seriously, because your nail tech, your hairdresser, they want to make you feel inadequate.
Right.
Because they got a boyfriend or a husband that's taking all their tip money, and then they want to talk to you crazy. Are you kidding me? I just gave you $15 tips, and my nails and feet cost $80. I gave you $110 just to make me feel like I ain't shit because I ain't got a boyfriend. Nah, I'm coming in there and I got a motherfucking boyfriend. What's up? I got a boyfriend. What's the next question? Come on, girl. Nothing. Nah, get the fuck off. Don't do that to women. You make us feel away. Service people make us feel away when we do not have a boyfriend and that question keeps coming up. Enough of that. I'm in my chi.
Oh.
I just had to get that off. But there's another thing with relationships and everything. So on the internet, on social media, everybody trying to say women don't know what they want to eat. They don't know what they want. They don't know what's going on. They don't know what they want to eat. Every time I ask my girlfriend, every time I ask women I go on dates with, they don't know what they want to eat. That's not the case. It's not that we don't know what we want to eat. We don't know what's in your wallet. We are not your bank. We're not Wells Fargo. We're not Capital One. We don't know what's in your wallet. We don't know. Like, honestly, if I say, imagine me, because I always know what I want. I love a very popular, famous, African-American delicacy. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Crab legs.
Oh,
Crab legs. Snow crab legs. With the garlic butter. With the parsley. And a little bit of Parmesan. Y'all know the boys be going up. Take me to City Island. Make me feel special, baby. But I can't say that because maybe you might have Popeye's chicken sandwich money. Maybe you can't get me the finer things in life. Maybe I want a filet mignon. You can only get me a Big Mac.
Right.
Maybe you only got $10 to buy me food. So it's not that I don't know what I want. It's just I don't want to make you feel like you broke. I don't want to crush your ego. I don't want to make you feel bad about yourself because you can't afford to give me what I really want. We all know what we want. We just don't know what's in your wallet. Mm-hmm. That's just it. I just wanted to preach my sermon, speak my piece, say a couple of things. What you guys have learned from me is that I don't want to hurt any man's ego. I can't tell my nail tech that I have a boyfriend unless I get this nail fixed. Because she's made me feel like shit for the past 3 years of not having a boyfriend. And xenophobia is bad and Black people experience it too. So, that's my time. Thank you all.
Y'all give it up for Betty Marie. We got one more comic and then we're gonna show. So, next comment. One of the funniest men I know. He actually, we got robbed together in California. He was the one to introduce me into stand-up comedy. I was doing sketch comedy. He was like, yo, you should try stand-up. I was like, all right. So, he's done comedy a lot in Americas, also in the Swedens, and I'll let him tell you about that. About this happy. Hey,
Michael Jackson. Oh, coming to the stage, my motherfucker. Y'all give it up for a very funny gentleman from Staten Island, Yemi Afolabi.
Yeah, give it up for Eddie. Enjoy putting this whole thing together. Yeah, Crown Heights where Brooklyn is slightly gentrified. Cool. Nice, slightly. It's good. Welcome, sir. Welcome to the party. It's nice to be here. We did get robbed together in LA. That is a true story, and we were high as fuck. So I'm glad to see Eddie hasn't changed. I'm sober now, so no, it's good. It's good. I just know it's boring, honestly, and you can't blame anything. You know, when you fall, that's just you falling as a sober person. You're like, I just bust my ass. Are you okay now? I'm just sober. I went sober last year, man. 2020 was a stupid year to go sober. Am I right? Like, if there was a year to become a raging alcoholic, it was definitely last year. And I knew it was bad for black people when I was on a Zoom sobriety coach and I was on a Zoom meeting with my sobriety coach, and he was like, "Hey, welcome, welcome." And he was like, "How you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm all right, man." And he was even like, "Hey, man, you can have a beer, man. It's all right, dude. You can have one. You guys deserve it. I'm cracking one open right now, dude. You want to go halvesies on these cam girls?" And I'm like, "All right, Brian, maybe you need an intervention because you can have your pants off. At least turn off your Zoom camera, am I right? Like, that's not cool, bro." Sober now. I don't know, man. I don't want it to get back. Like, 100%. You guys ready for that? Want everything back to normal? I want it to stay. I want all the people that left to stay left. I don't want them to come back. You know, they stay out my city. You know, like, oh, it's not New York anymore. I'm gonna leave until it gets back. I don't know. It's it's fucked up when people are talking about like, yo, it's messed up with the gentrification when people are like, yo, it's been the cheapest it's ever been in New York. You can get a 2-bedroom for $2,400. You're like, that took a pandemic for like 20% off. It's fucking stupid. What's going on? Anybody doing anything weird stuff? Weird guy. No weird stuff? Breaking bread? No? Masturbating with the left hand? No? Switching up the bed? Call it the perfect stranger? No? Let's see if my left hand can keep up with Mariah. Do it a couple times. All right, just me? All right. I live by myself in Staten Island, that is true. And I got weird. I'm gonna be honest, I got weird in the pandemic. Don't judge me. I live by myself in Staten Island. There's nothing but freaking the towns where I live. And it's because here's the thing. Like, I live by myself. I'm 36 years old. I'm blessed enough to have a 1-bedroom apartment. But here's the thing. I hate doing dishes, but I love masturbating. You know what I mean? So I gotta incentivize myself to do chores. So what I do is I can pretend. Anybody pretend? Nobody pretend? I like to pretend I'm somebody else to do the dishes, right? So I'll put on a voice and I'll be like, "Oh my gosh, we're gonna do these dirty dishes. Somebody better do them before I get back." And then I'll leave. I'll do the dishes and then I'll leave. And I'll come back surprised like it was me that did the dishes. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, somebody did the dishes. Somebody was a good boy. Somebody wants to get fucked tonight." I'm like, "Yeah, that's me. That's me." And then I masturbate with shea butter lotion to old Bernie Sanders speeches. The 1% and the 1%. I'm like, yeah, 99% there, Bernie. So I'm weird. That's all right. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I love the live commentary. That's funny. Keeps me going. I became a dad in the quarantine. Anybody else? Yeah. Legitimate father of 2 felines. I became a cat dad. 2 Brooklyn rescues, 2 black Brooklyn rescues. Because right on. I love my cats. I treat them like my children. I think that's a problem because I live by myself and I talk to them. I scold them because they're kittens, so they're doing kitten shit. So you got to be like, "No, stop that." That's what you like. Don't do that. But I don't. I'm Nigerian, so I didn't grow up with that type of love. I always got screamed at when I just misbehaved. And I'm afraid someone's going to call the cops because if you heard me, you would think I'm abusing children, right? Because in the middle of the afternoon, you'll just hear me yell like, "If y'all 2 don't get your black asses off my couch, I swear to God, I do right by both of y'all. I'll take you back to the streets with that horrible mother." Somebody calls the cops. We have a disturbance in 60 Ludwig Lane. I'll show up. We hear there's a disturbance here. I'm like, yeah. Whoa, stop scratching my couch. It's just a cat like. All right, sir. You feeling all right? You taking medicine? Oh man. Shit. Anybody? I was livid after George Floyd happened. You guys, I'm still angry about fucking that. I don't give a shit if Derek Chauvin. People are like, that's justice. I'm like, nah, that's accountability, man. Hope they give him 40 plus years. I hope they give him the death penalty. Fuck that nigga. Anyway, not to fucking be on. I mean, they're gonna give him a slap on the wrist, probably 10 years. He's probably gonna get probation, but whatever. At least we fucking got that conviction. And I was angry when this shit happened last year. I was so angry. I called my best friend. I gotta say this. Called him up. He's half black, half white. I called him up, and I was just like, I was beside myself. I was like, you see what they doing to us in the streets? We gotta go. Not the part to laugh at. No, sorry.
It's funny.
You see what they doing to us in the streets? We gotta go protesting. And my best friend, who's mixed, says to me, I would love to go protesting with you, bro, but I'm in the middle of this Settlers of Catan game. I'm like, wait, Settlers of Catan, isn't that a board game that's literally about colonizing other people's land? He's like, yeah, I'm about to get Wheat Road. Yeah, I was like, man, Ray, you sure you half black? Because right now you acting full Pilgrim, bro. Right now you acting full charcuterie right now, man. You acting full Chad right now, man. You acting full City Bike right now, bro. You acting full raisins in the potato salad right now, man. Oh, wow. So we went protesting. Anybody go protesting? Yeah, you guys been BLM. It was beautiful. The most beautiful thing I've seen in my 36 years of life, man. Everybody was there in solidarity. White, black, gender, doesn't matter religion or color or sex. People were like hand in hand. You know, people had signs. People had powerful signs too, man. I wish I had a sign because it really gets your attention. You know, people had signs like "No justice, no peace. Fuck the racist police. Whose streets? Our streets. Have you seen my car keys?" I saw a dude had a sign. I swear to God, dude had a sign. That was a weird sign because it was a white dude, so I thought he was trolling, but he was really looking for his car keys. And I thought to myself, like, what happened? Did he lose his keys in the middle and he just made a sign in a rush and he was just standing trying to get people's attention? Like, listen, I march and I stand here with you in solidarity. I'm an ally. Yes, I'm against systemic oppression and racism. But right now, I really need to find my 98 Corolla car keys because I'm double parked on Atlantic and Court. And if I get a ticket, then my dad has to pay and he'll stop paying my insurance. You know what? Not about me. Say their names. Have you seen my car keys? Just saying. Stupid joke. What else is happening? Anybody go looting? Dude, that was the time to loot. It was last.
They call my rig FBI.
Yeah, I mean, but whatever, man. I needed a new soda stream, so I was like, maybe I should go looting. One person who buys appliances like, yeah, soda stream is lit, man. Get my seltzer as a soberman. I didn't go looting, but I bumped into some friends. They're a little younger than me, you know, from Harlem. And I bumped into them across the street, and they saw me, and I was so angry, I was so enraged, right? Just, you know, had all that protest freaking gumption in my sneakers, and they were like, they saw me across the street, and they actually invited me looting. It was actually very nice. They were like, yo, get me, you want to go looting? And I was like, yeah, let's go looting, burn it down to the ground, fuck capitalism. Where are you guys going looting? And they were like, yo, we're gonna go looting at Foot Locker. And I was like, looting's a young man's game, am I right? Like, you got to be like, I'm a little too old for looting sneakers, man. I'm 36. You know what I'm saying? I want, you know, Air Force Ones. I'm trying to get a 401k. You know, I don't want Nike ACGs. I'm trying to get cryptocurrency, man. I don't even know what that shit is. I thought it was a rapper at first. It's like it's digital NFTs. I don't know.
It's currency.
I know what it is. Thank you. I love how this young brother's trying to teach me. Listen, it's currency. You can invest on Dogecoin right now. It's going really cheap. So I wanted to go with them, but like I didn't want to go with them because I didn't want to loot sneakers, so I had to come up with an excuse. And I'm a little older and I own property, so I kind of came across as like uppity. I said, listen guys, I want to go loot with you. I really do. honestly, but listen, the stuff I want to loot, I don't know if you can loot that shit. Can you tell me where I can loot, you know, a farmer sink? You know what I mean? Can you tell me where I can loot some kitchen counter granite tops? You know? A Wayfair, you know, sofa, you know, modern, the matching ottoman and a peach Persian rug, because I'm trying to put my kitchen together. And my one friend goes, he was like, "If we could go to Bed Bath and Beyond." I'm like, "Oh, I'm not a basic bitch. Sorry, I don't fuck. I'm not basic. Sorry, I like fancy things. I got so fucking petty. I'm dating. Anybody dating? Anybody in a relationship? No, just me. Dating. Got to know her. I gave her COVID. That was the move. I got her deathly sick, and then I nursed her back to health like a rescue dog. It's like, here's some soup and something else for you. Just joking. That's gross. That's gross. But I do love her, man. She's white, so she doesn't really understand some stuff. Like, she met my mom, and my mom's Nigerian. She's a widow Nigerian, you know, and she was at the house just to meet my mom, you know. And I don't know if you know this about Nigerian parents, is they're very direct. And she's at the age where she should have grandkids, and I'm at the age where I should have like at least one kid. So when she met her, she was like very direct. She's like, "It's very nice to meet you. You're beautiful. Thank you for dating my little baby. So when do you think you're going to get pregnant?" I was like, "Whoa, hey, slow down. We didn't even talk about butt stuff yet. Hold on. Hold on with that, man, you know?" It's almost as she said, like, "Next time you're having a good time, just leave it in." I'm like, hey, you can't. Gross. And she's like, "I don't know." You know, she laughed it off or whatever. And then when she left, I was like, "Mom, you gotta stop doing that. Why do you want me to have," first of all, she has grandkids. She has 3 grandkids. You know, I'm the youngest of 4. So I'm like, "Mom, why do you want me to have grandkids?" She's like, you can give me more grandkids. I don't care. You can give me 12. You know your grandmother. She had 14. I'm like, yeah, they didn't have, you know, contraception in Nigeria back then. So that was more of like a, anyway, whatever. And she was like, "You can bring me kids, and I love my grandkids very much. It takes me to God for their life. But they're half white, so you know, sometimes I don't like how they treat me." I was like, she went like this when she said, I'm like, "Mom, you can't go like this about your grandkids." But I know what they meant. Like, they're mixed kids, but like if you met them on paper, they're white kids, you know, like they live in Alaska, you know, they grew up with the dad. You know, like, I'm just saying, like, they put it like this, like, they call my mother by her first name, and I didn't know my mother's first name until last year when I applied for financial aid. And I was like, "Mom, what's your first name?" She's like, "Rebecca." I'm like, "Rebecca? That sounds wrong." I'm like, that sounds like a white name to me, lady. I don't know. Are you sure you Put it like, and they don't have like Nigerian names, and if you grew up Nigerian, like, you know, they'll give you like 4 Nigerian names and then like 1 American name. You know, your name will be like Olatunji Oduduwa Sam Johnson or something. Like, but they just got my brother. My brother disconnected him from, like, he didn't like my dad. So he was like, "You're gonna go American and fucking little 48." He's a weird dude. He lives in Alaska. What can I say? And that kind of disconnects it. You know, like, put it like this: my entire name is Oladune Adeyemi Afolabi. My nephew's name is Shane. Like, come on, that's why my name is Shane Tyler to do your taxes. Yeah, all right. But yeah, I love them. They're cool kids. So yeah, I'm dating now. She's very attractive. And I'm not trying to brag, but it's a problem for me. I'm not just like, "Oh, well, it's me, you got a hot girlfriend." No, people hit on her like all the time. Anytime we go out, people hit on her. And like in front, I'm like a big dude, 6'2", you know, like they don't even act afraid. I'm like, damn, can you at least act scared like a bitch? Damn, I'm on the nerve, but goddamn. And here's the thing, like, she always wants me to like protect her honor and be like chivalrous or some shit, and I don't. I do, but it's not the way she wants it to, right? This one time this dude came up to me, he's like, "Damn, girl, the ass is looking good in the jeans." And she hits my chest as to say, like, defend me, right? And I did, but it didn't come out right. I was like, "Hey, man, you can't talk to her that way without also complimenting me. How do I look? I'm saying it too. Not became such a petty bitch. I became the unhot friend. I'm like, can't believe like I said that to you and like nothing to me. I do yoga too. Like, you want to see my paragraph? Yeah. This year really changed Netflix and chill, am I right? You can't do that anymore. Everything's like, you gotta be woke. You know, especially if you dating outside the rate. It doesn't matter if you're dating out. You gotta educate. And I try, but it's hard. You know what I mean? Because you were trying to Netflix and chill. You can't do that anymore. It's not Netflix and chill anymore. It's not Disney Plus and Plus. It's not Hulu and do you want to have a threesome? You know, you gotta. Those days are over. Am I right? That's a new bit. All right. Hulu and do you want to go down for this three-way? Where am I at? What time, man? How am I doing? You said 15? Where am I at? Sorry, this is super unprofessional. 3 more minutes. Okay, cool. All right. You guys high? You guys nice and high?
Yeah.
Nice and stoned? I'm getting a contact out right now. Yeah, I don't even know where I'm at, bro. Floating in space. I wish I could get high again, man. I would get stupid and get dumb and shit and like leave my keys and be like, what the fuck? I'm locked in. It's like, oh wait, I'm inside already. Oh shit. I'd get so stoned I would like stop at a green light and be like, this is the longest fucking red light I've ever seen in my life. My girlfriend can't cook, that's a problem. Because my mother is like, did she cook for you? I don't want you to get skinny. And I was like, yeah, she cooked for my birthday. And I had nothing but like, she just ordered Mexican food. And my mom said the most racist. She's like, I didn't know your girl was Mexican. What's up with all these rice and beans? I'm like, Mom, what is happening? You're getting old racist now. I think your age is showing. You're getting old. You know, I love her, but she's a God-fearing woman. She's dope. Should I tell the story about how we got? That was my childhood. Should I tell the story how we got robbed? All right. Thank you. You guys are great. That was all comedy material. Now I should talk about how we got robbed. So we got robbed in LA during Taco Tuesday. It was me. I wish I was making this shit up. It was Taco Tuesday. We were just like fucking cardigans and shit and nice shoes. We were all broke at the time, and our friend KB had this old BMW car, right? And there was no parking. We were gonna be late, but we were high, so we were already late. But for some reason, we were rushing. So we're in the car, and I'm like, hey, pull up behind that big, huge yellow Hummer. You guys remember them Hummers? The big, huge? Pull up right there. And he's like, all right. And he's like, we can't fit. We're like in the crosswalk. I'm like, give it a little tap. Taps the car, and then lock, and then we're like, and we're walking to Taco Tuesday, and then it's KB, O'Henny in the middle, and then me at the rear, and I see a guy, you know, and he's like on my 6, and I see him, and he's like, hey Holmes, and I was like, this is fucking, hey Holmes, and I'm like, hey, what's up, man? You going to Taco Tuesday? Like I invite him to rob us. I'm like, hey, we're going to Taco Tuesday. So high and stupid. I'm like, hey, everyone's having a good time. So then he's like, yeah, Taco Tuesday. He's like, yeah, I don't want to be racist, but he's Mexican, so just bear with me. He's like, yeah, Taco Tuesday is cool. And so then he gets closer. He gets closer to me. And I'm like, yeah, come along, friend. And then I turn around, but then I have like this spidey sense, like something's up right here, because he's not dressed for Taco Tuesday. He has a bandana and like a hoodie and all black. I mean, this guy's like, something's afoot here. Something is afoot. And then he's like, why you hit my car? I'm like, I didn't hit anything, sir. I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, why you hit my car? You fuck your friends hit my car. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then he pulls out a gun. He's like, you guys fucking hit my car. I was like, whoa, hey, everybody is having a good time. And I don't know what happened or why you guys came back, but I think I waved them because KB was far ahead. Like, he could have survived this. But I was like, hey, if I'm getting robbed, we're all getting robbed. But O'Henny was close enough. He was like, oh shit, he's getting robbed. And you know, he had his gun out and he was like waving them over, like, no, come here. Come here. Sit down on the curb. Sit down on the curb, all three. And then you ever had that moment like, we could take him? Like I was like, we can take him. And then I did the math. I'm like, we're all high. So I'm like, I take him. I don't, and I looked at O'Henny. He was like, so we all sit. He's like, sit down on the curb. And here's the thing, he robbed KB first. He had the most loose. He had like a fucking new phone, wallet, the keys to his car. I don't think, what did you have in your pocket? You didn't really have shit. Did you have?
He took my new suit jacket.
Oh, he did take your jacket, but that was like, That was personal. I don't think he liked you very much. And then he brought me last, and this is how broke I was. I had a joke book, and you guys remember those like first camera, like those cameras that Kodak made, like the first, like it was just a straight up camera with the back. It was my sister's. I took it to take pictures of Taco Tuesday because she was gonna go around. I had that, and I had a wallet with literally my ID in it. And then he was like, "Okay, you next." And I was last one after you finished problem. And this is real shit. He was tapping me. He's like, "Empty your pockets," and I threw it out. All the 3 stuff. He's like, "Damn, Holmes." He was like, "Damn, Holmes, shit, man. I'm sorry, but like, you broke focus." I got nothing. I'm so alone. And then he didn't take anything. And then he stepped on my book and he saw that I reacted. He's like, "What's this?" I was like, "You don't need that, man." He's like, "What's this?" I was like, "This is my joke book, man. Come on, I've been working on those for 2 days, you know." AT's, I'm gonna take your joke book, man. Yeah, I was like, "Goddamn." And he says, "Turn around and walk." Like, that's what he said. Remember, he's like, "Turn around and walk." So we just like kind of walk. And then we walk into Taco Tuesday, like heads down, cloud over our heads. And everybody's like, "Hey, buddy, Taco Tuesday, how's it going?" And then Katie's like, "We got robbed." And one black dude was like, "All 3 of y'all?" It was the saddest admission of pussiness. We're like, "Yep, all 3 of us." He wasn't even that tall. He was 5'5". I invited him over. I thought he was coming to Taco Tuesdays. So that's how we got robbed, but we're still alive here, still kicking it. Give it up for this guy. They're very funny. Give me comedy on Instagram. Give me a follow. Give me a like. You guys are great. Cheers. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh man, he knows how to embellish the story. That was
different.
That was pretty close. Yeah, pretty close.
The short guy really wore your jacket?
Nah, he ain't wearing my jacket. He didn't steal my jacket. I was out there for kick-ass. I had shot kick-ass. And I had bought a new suit. And after I did the red carpet, we went out for Taco Tuesday. And I only had the suit jacket. So it was really like he was on some vindictive shit. You know what I mean? Like it was a nice suit jacket. He couldn't fit it. He was fat. You know what I mean? So I ain't worried about it. He took my suit jacket. I'll tell you this. I had the young lady. I was out there in Cali. I went to visit her. She was doing a play out there. All kinds of goodness. Up there. I'm traveling back down in LA. Spanish dude on the bus telling me how he just got out of jail.
You told me about that shit. Yeah. That was the dude, right?
I could swear I rode the bus with this nigga back down. I could swear I rode the bus back down there.
Same dude?
Yo, same dude. So
that's a nice jacket,
he was actually bonding with me in this moment. You know what I mean? He was chilling. He was bonding with me in this moment. And he was just like, "Yo, I'm going back to the streets." And I'm like, "Nah, yo, you should want to do better." You know what I mean? Because in my mind, I think for him, it was just like he did that off a GP. It was his neighborhood. Like, you know what I mean? He had a big ass gun. We can front if we want to. You got your gun already brandished. I'm fucked. I can let Yemi get shot. You know what I mean? I can try to play a hero from that far. I'm gonna throw a shoe or something like that. Or I'm gonna come back and give up my suit jacket. You know what I mean? So nigga take this nice shiny suit jacket. I still got the pants. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They tried to get me to point them out in jail. They was like, "Yo, come put." I'm like,
Me too. I was like, "Nah."
I don't know that, man. But also, it was.
It was like, but his jacket matches your pants.
This is the jacket we found. I don't know that jacket, sir. It's been a long time. You know, my eyes. I smoke a lot, man. My eyes. So what we came here for today, the event is called Laugh Don't Cry, because sometimes like you gotta laugh to keep from crying, or you gotta cry to keep from laughing. And you go through the emotional gauntlet. And we've been telling stories for a very long time, myself, and I want to bring up my man, Linda McCrae. Y'all give it up for Linda McCrae. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna flip on the light for a second. I'm sorry. Yeah. Y'all beautiful. Yeah. This is who here. Y'all see it? This is beautiful right here. This is beautiful. All right. I want y'all to see his face. I want y'all to know who that man is. This is a This is a spec. We can't see the video. What?
No, I'm telling her she's on stage.
She's from the angle.
But this is like an interesting
Yeah.
flip because now like everybody's rapping now.
We gonna make them think. We want. I wrote when I made the song. I was given a lot of tickets. Right, I was ticketed 2 traffic stops, over $2,000 worth of tickets on a Revel scooter, on a scooter, and the cops had attitudes, and I like to make music about regular day life. You know, I like to make spiritual jingles, music that's gonna take you throughout life and take you on your journey and better yourself. I believe in aggressive positivity, and I feel like there has to be soldiers for positivity. There has to be warriors who fight for good. So some of us have to use our voice aggressively to be positive. So when I made this song, I made it just in response to that small incident, which is a compilement of incidences throughout my life, where I feel like, yo, no, you can just do it upstairs or downstairs. All right. Thank you. I feel like it's a compoundment of experiences, and it was a natural response to something that was in that moment maybe not as serious as I liked it to believe, but with the visual aspect added to the meaning that it carried for all the other artists and all the other people who have viewed it, I believe it has turned into something that is much more universal as a feeling and much more understandable and relatable to us as human beings. It makes me think of all of the instances where I felt less than for just existing, and through the visual help and the directorship and the leadership of Linda McCrae right here.
Put that on my LinkedIn.
I'm gonna let him say a couple of words, and then we're gonna play 2 projects. We're gonna first play the old project, our first initial project, New Coons.
Okay.
New Coons. I'm gonna keep it brief. New Coons was we remixed Kanye's joint as a spoof.
Which one?
New Slaves,
Oh.
and it became an award-winning movie. I'll say it like that. We did it as a spoof, and it became an award-winning movie. So we're gonna play that. That was our I won't say our first joint, but for tonight purposes, that was our first joint. That's where it started, and now tonight is where it's going.
We going right into one to the other.
Yeah, we're gonna go one into the other. So say some words first.
It's a ill mixture of an event, but like first of all, just props to all y'all. So let's just wrap it up for everybody. The music, having bouncing back there. And the jokes. You know, I'm very interested, you know, to see how people respond and just, you know, it's cool, you know, old self-image stranger things. This is a cool vibe of people that's in the building. So thanks for having us. This is kind of like reminiscent of the BK wildlife kind of days, but you know, on the new pandemic tip. Yeah, you know, to your point, because I feel like a lot of people have seen the booms at this point, so it's just fun to celebrate. That's almost 10 years ago, and then now to kind of be here. So to now to have this, which also kind of came together in a very organic way, but that I feel will surpass that. Thanks for sharing, you know, your experience and letting that kind of build into this video. But I think it really just speaks to, and I think I had the same conversation with John Reese, like because of the news and the exposure, like we always feel like it's like competitive, like you had to have ended up filled up with like 50 bullet holes and like a stain on the concrete for like to validate that you just went through some shit. So now, you know, so you just kind of let it rock, and then it takes something like this to say, nah, I really don't have to be all that. Like it's really just as simple as like it really don't take all that. And why is none of you over here talking to me about like walking through a turnstile and there's like a real shit that you could be solved? Like what's that? You know, so let's start with that conversation, because that's where, if you know, that's one of those neutral enough things that nobody can argue, that maybe we can actually get to some kind of progress. So it shouldn't have to take all kind of trials and a dude turning his knee into a noose, and you know, like it shouldn't even take more. It don't need to get that far. And that's why I like the theme of the over police. But we're gonna start with the boom. So thank you for having us. And enjoy.
They have no pastors.
Hold on.
Slave would be the only possible friend.
No music.
Can you resize this to make it smaller, or were you supposed to be smaller? Can you just make it smaller?
We never tried this one.
All right, so we just gonna play it then. Yeah, y'all
Actually, just go off.
just let the sound be good, and we just gonna go.
But don't do full screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go.
Just play it, shit. Just play it.
All right, I hope you say take it off.
All right. What's up with the sound?
This wasn't happening before, but it's not picking up.
It's playing off the projector.
Yeah, I know.
Good. Hold on.
Switch probably the audio sounds like on the audio settings.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Is that the same reason that Mike's wasn't coming through there anymore?
Nah.
You're using the HDMI right here, right?
Yeah, that's not where it goes.
All right, you
So speaking of coons, how do you guys feel about
I used to want to be born in the 50s. I used to want to be born in the 50s.
I didn't know black people wanted to do time travel.
I used to want to be born in the 50s, so in the 70s I could be 20 and built like Bill Bixby. Lead my people before my views, they still kill me. Black nationalists, so they feel I'm real shifty. Squinty, I can't look at the world. They disrespected Mother Nature, I can't look at the girl. Then I realized the earth is still shitty. Ghetto separated, isolated suburbs from inner cities. Niggas with no knowledge. Women with whole knowledge. Institutions and jails are considered my bros' college. AIDS and rabies. Niggas is so crazy lazy. They rather kill their kids instead of raising babies. I am on an intergalactic. Let me bring it back. I am on an intertuned galactic spastic journey. You see my blood, see my heart on the gurney. No worries. Heart cold, no flurries. I spoke this freestyle in the life before. I had a wife before, a knife before. I had some strife before. I had a lot of things I don't like no more. You have to be free through yoga. Drink water for the whole week. Don't take no soda. Catch a couple of podcasts starring Oprah. Eat some okra. Fuck around, turn on the music, dance to the bossa nova. I got bars, kid. I'm a Martian. I'm a star, kid. I got bars, kid. I got bars, kid. I'm a Martian. I'm a star, kid. I'm a mark this. He's still adjusting. I'm still combusting. If it's sick, you better get some tussin. Mark Rusted. Okay, hold on. Nah. You ready?
Kings, man, we lords. I was born black, I live black, and I'm gonna die Probably because some cracker that knows I'm black better than you, nigga, is probably gonna put a bullet in the back of my head.
This is my father was raised in the era when black niggas couldn't claim Native American. Making music would've thought I had help, but the Indians I know wanna be the chief they self. See, there's broke rappers lying, selling shit they can't buy, and there's rich politicians acting like they can't lie. What you want? Some freedom? Get acquitted like OJ. All you spooks want all the same things. Used to sit by the door. Now everybody changed, begging record labels just to rap for a day. New coons.
Yeah, I got the devil in there. Been waiting on welfare line, unemployment line, gas line since 90.
You see his leaders and his followers. Niggas spend their last dime to throw some bottles up. See his leaders and his followers. Niggas spend their last dime to throw some bottles up. Nah, fuck you.
And you can take me.
I got no Maybach keys, I got no heart for my sleeves. I know that we the new coons. I see the blood on the leaves. I see the blood on the leaves. I see the blood on the leaves. I'm about to spark these drugs. I see the blood on the trees. They throwing hate at me, cause I say what I think. Fuck you and your corporation. Y'all niggas can't control me. I know that we the new coons. I know that we the new coons. Hit the lotto in May. The niggas broke by June. I know
Isn't that the most marvelous bunch of niggas?
I know I'm stunting in the club like I'm the real Rick Ross. Throw them some Maybach keys. Fuck it, say la vie. We sell the alcohol and wrap our wicks round trees. Call me Shaq Roundtree. Niggas can't control me. I never tagged your girl, so nigga don't mention me. So go and grab your reporters and your watch that's important. Young blacks getting murdered and tell me time's important. Meanwhile, the DEA teamed up with the CCA. They killed Grammarly Graham, but they ain't got shit to say. Well, I got shit to say. Go on and pop shit today. I start the revolution for my hometown sake. Lead through when I creep through my bars for the people. Niggas real drugs is closed. The method they make Versace illegal. My flow is ridiculous. Dog, I don't get you, but I ain't trying to teach you to live how I live, dude. I'm on another plane, dog. Thoughts over your head can go. Angel, rainbow, but that's what fame go. From the same hoes, with the same flows. And can I make you happy if I change? Oh yeah. Now will I make you happy if I change? Oh yeah. I wanna walk on that side of the road with you. It's me against the world. And what's the price of your heart? And do I have enough? Do I have enough? Is it my money, my fame, my name? Is it all my game? Oh, oh yeah. What's the price of your heart?
All right, so now this is the world premiere. It's on YouTube, but you know we came here together to see it. It's shot vertically, so it can play on your Instagrams and shit like that. So
They over policing the black neighborhood.
My name is Kevin Bow, writer, civil human rights activist based in Brooklyn, New York City. not only do we need to talk about over-policing it,
Over-policing the Black community.
we need to talk about the fact that many police officers in New York City, around the country, are not properly trained to police communities.
The Negro ran out of the alley. His nerves were jittery.
The police are not here to protect and defend the people. The police are here to protect and defend the interests of the people that rule the people. Defund the police now.
They're over-policing the Black community.
The Negro must have been dangerous. He ran.
You gotta understand, policing is a business. Prison is a business.
Like 3 months, man. How old are you, boy?
Black fear is a business.
Let me get over here, sir. No, you're going to stay right there for me.
Any politician that is not for defunding the police is a politician that's against Black lives.
What's going on? You fixing to ride the lightning, son?
Why am I being careful to have a bunch of clowns running around?
You on the ground now. You fixing to ride the lightning, son? Yo, be with your family. Yeah, you should be.
Why?
They over police in the Black neighborhood. They over police in the Black neighborhood.
A literal black male cop, a black person who was a cop, male. My girl went to get a pizza. He woke me up. I was like, what happened? He's like, you can't park here. I was like, oh man, I'm sorry, man. My girl just went to get a pizza. He's like, I said you can't park here. I was like, man, my girl just went to get a pizza. He's like, I'm gonna have to give you a ticket. I was like, brother, I'm waiting for her to come back. She don't drive. You do what you gotta do. He's like, oh man, I don't wanna have to do this, but I'm gonna give you a ticket. And he gave me a ticket. And you know what? I paid that. Guns have been pulled on me in my life. 4 of them was police officers. What I make of it is there's over police in the Black neighborhood. There's over police in the Black neighborhood. There's over police in the Black neighborhood. Like, you know what I mean? It's like it gotta be either a situation where the cops are helping you, like, hey man.
They over police in the Black neighborhood.
What's going on? You fixing to ride the lightning, son?
They're over police in the Black neighborhood.
Black in America, not a black in America. So crack in America, you are Captain America. Cut, copy, paste, hate till it last in America. Yet black folks find a way to have a blast in America. We shall inherit the earth. Black woman, you gon' get protection from birth. Gotta go to work, entrepreneurial blood. But I'll sell you Coca-Cola, 1,000 worth of tickets. One stop on a rebel scooter.
So boom, like this is it's a rebel scooter. I'm no longer allowed to ride this or drive in any car because of this and the police. The morning of, I was riding a young lady that I had spent the night with home. I'm here. I stop here. They pop up. They say, yo, don't run on the bike. They hopped out the car. They was like, what are you doing? I was like, dog. I'm like, this is an e-bike. So the one guy got his hand on his gun. They were like, why were you trying to run away from us? I was like, run away? I'm on an e-bike, man. What are you talking about? I'm on an e-scooter. Where the fuck am I gonna run to? You know what I mean? So I just stopped. I looked back. I didn't know they were behind me. So the bloop is the first time I heard them. I
ain't Buddhist, but I'm accent. Rhyme over trap beats, over trap with my pen. Revolutionary rap sheet added again. Took so many losses, how I mastered the win. Call me hang with the trees, how I mastered the wind. Call me hang with the lead, how I directed the gym. Black Calipari, how I'm coaching the gym. Just Flamelite, yeah, how I know the flip. They handcuff us. Pages we read between the pages, I drop it, be amazing. They got their keys on our neck, literally. We gon' get our pay back, and I ain't talking spiritually. They over police in the Black neighborhood. They over police in the Black neighborhood. They over police in the Black
Latinos were getting tickets for not wearing masks.
all I can do is tell my story, and then
They over police in the black neighborhood. They over police in the black neighborhood. They don't know us and know they do not. Most will keep open through these beats, the lyrics and black vocals. The trauma began trauma. No wonder we go postal. We cover it with a smile. Report the baby go stop. My hands showing. Let's take your wallet for strap. They blow out your back. Turn off your camera. This sort of facts. I can't relax. In the world that don't want me. Kid George crying out. In my dreams, shit haunted. Fly rollers on the train while I was thinking about my homies. The game is the game, and I pray I make it home. Cause another brother died today. Hail Mary, heard another mother cry today. This shit's scary. I pray the skies barely heal for people. Where they hurt us like sheep, with your bodies like me. For the slaughter, it's 444 like the harder. Actually, it's 512, but trade more, so harder. When I feel good to be a story on the news. If we all won, then this be a family feud. Another blue blood that causes a black blues. Heard a knock at the door, cause I'm telling the black truth.
They over police in the black neighborhood. They over police in the black neighborhood.
It shows me that no matter what state of mind I'm in, if I'm pleasant, if I'm like, in this case right here, when they were yelling at me, I was like, hey guys, why y'all yelling? Why y'all so aggressive? They got to have a body cam of it. Rookie Officer Thomas Lane pulls his gun. They got to have a body cam. I'm like, why you want to patrol in this neighborhood if you're going to act like this to people? How was I dressed? Do it look like I, you know what I mean?
They over police in the black neighborhood. 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 I'ma keep it real and go all the way. We are still slaves, even the holidays. We can see a meal if we combine the money spent. We grind again. Oh yeah. Not another song, but a poem. Rewind it back, unlike life, and it's trifling. My sons grow to be men with nothing in the bank. My hundreds use on console, that's my control. Why the wealthy invest? We stuck over stunning the best. Then we envy the brother. While Judas is plotting on you at your last supper. I say that to say this. Why kill each other? When we been getting killed by racists. Systematic attacks put in places for ages. They draw guns or put us in pens to erase us. It's gonna take more than sad emoji faces to fight back. Send a Nazi right back. Remember that Turner? Right back. I'm tired of seeing my brother in the hearse. Yeah, you sold the land, but we don't see it first. They over police in the black neighborhood. They over police in the black neighborhood.
They're over police in a black neighborhood. They need to spread more love. Yeah, I'm the only young black person even running in the race.
They need people that are gonna fight for them. Favorite boy, 2021, everybody.
But then when they talk about the police in the community, they'll talk to all these other people first. Like, oh yeah, what do you think? I'm like, wait, hold up. These are the people that are actually having these problems day to day. Paper, yeah. Inside time.
They over police in the black neighborhood. 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 They over police in the black neighborhood.
They over police in the black neighborhood.
They over police in the black neighborhood. They over police in the black neighborhood.
I really didn't get this type of energy until I really got my hair locked. I like to speak to the police. I know a lot of police officers. I got a lot of police friends. So when I see them, I like to have this respect for them. But then when they see me, I'm not getting that same respect. They look at me. They first look at my hair, and I'm like, shoot, should I change my hairstyle because I'm not, so I don't get arrested or won't get.
What's going on? You fixing to ride the light,
I got friends and stuff. So I can't believe that every person with a blue suit on is out to kill me. I'm aware. I'm aware I need self-care. I'm aware. I'm aware I need self-care.
Bar upstairs, right?
turn the light on now. Turn the light on. Yes, yes. Lyndon, can you get another prayer here, please? We're gonna do a short Q&A if anybody has any questions, any answers, and then we'll go back to smoking out smokes. I'll actually smoke and smoke while we do this, but we're gonna do a short Q&A. Here you go.
Yeah. So y'all got cop friends, right? Have y'all ever spoken to one of these cop friends that actually like was like at least admitted like any of these faults type things? Or like the history of like police in this country, you know?
I'm trying to understand. Admit what?
Admit like the history of like slave catchers being involved.
Why do they have to admit you know?
Yeah. What's the
police
admission
friends?
do?
Have you ever spoke with any of them and they at least? Cause I've never heard like you know how rare it is to even hear a cop even own up to even say this shit is even true.
I think he's asking like one of those conversations, like if you challenge him on that about the history of it and whatnot.
Well, for me, the cop, I'm like, it's like I feel like this is almost like it's almost the cop. I know the person who I'm speaking about. Yeah, the person who I'm speaking about is my cousin, and he's a regular human being outside of being a police officer. Like, some days, like, the job is good, sometimes the job is not good, but, we try to have his best foot forward in front and behind the job. But he's also a black man, and he's the neighborhood that he started patrolling in is probably not as bad as it was when I was growing up there, you know what I mean? So I'm not sure what you're looking for of if there's a question and answer of reality and realness, yeah. But everyone has their own stake and their own ability to do their part in the fight. And not everyone's job is to make the art, not everyone's job is to try to change within the community by creating a fucking what are those things called? A non-profit. Not everyone's job is to be the person who just randomly goes around sweeping up garbage, because you know what I mean? Everybody has to play a specific role in a neighborhood that's in a thriving neighborhood. So yes and
I mean, it's just you got to look at it like anything, right? So, one, I just want to be clear, and it sounds like you guys enjoyed the videos.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Just like in this conversation, and anyone who's involved in the project, we had a very colorful little private premiere on Zoom the other night for just the people that were involved in some community heads and stuff like that. Because my only goal with this project, really just coming in and supporting O'Henny and my cousin Hero, who I'm last, but really just building on just the legacy of conversations I feel like we've already sparked. One, we hold conversations around New Coons, and now coming to this. I was very clear with O'Henny from the beginning, and I keep saying this wasn't created from a place of we saying fuck the cops, or like there shouldn't be no police. Like, I live in the middle of Brooklyn. I do not believe there should be no police. I'm like, I'm not trying to see the purge every night. So that's just ridiculous. Like, oh shit, turned the fist of the North Star. So it's not that. But then once you put it in that context, it's just, you have to keep in mind that most people just trying to make it to retirement like you are. Working and they want to make it 30 years and do the electric slide and shuffle and all that shit. They working. So that's like, to me, it's like asking you, like you work in the restaurant. So like you feel bad when they drop a tray, like no, like you keep doing your job. So I don't think it's I just I love this topic because there really is nothing to argue with what I just put here. Now everybody's gonna put their own thing on it. Oh yeah, they be over shooting niggas, they be over it up, but I ain't saying none of that. I ain't say, anybody who spoke on there, that's their opinions. I need to put a disclaimer. That's their opinions, and I have no problem giving a platform. And once a cop friend of mine did see the advertisements that was coming this week and said, messaged me, said, hey man, how you doing something about the cops? And man, holler at me, what's up? And then they doing, I said, you know what, I apologize. I said, yeah, I would told you wanna, here's the link, watch what I did. You wanna come in, you wanna speak on it, but I did not introduce that element into the video because I wanted to exclude anybody from the conversation. I'm gonna assume, like I said, that you're trying to make it to retirement. It's already tough enough with bullets flying all over the place. I don't think that you're gonna actually get on my video and say, yeah, man, I don't be fucking with them like that. So what are we really talking about here? So, so I understand that people doing jobs, there's certain individuals that, people want to start comparing people to apples and stuff. I don't really have time for that. But, I understand. One friend did call me up right after. Really started, you on Zoom and it went. And, she said, wow, a lot of perspective, but one, like, well, he ran on the red light, what do you expect? Right? And it's like, no, but he never actually said that he was mad at the cops for stopping him for being on the bike or whatever term he might make. He didn't say that. He said, why was it necessary to take all you running over here, grabbing the gun? Like, where was I running on this bike? And it's that shit. And it's the fact that this just happens all the time, just for whatever. And there's literally, like, what's he supposed, like, if they shoot him right now, what was it really worth? And who's going to care other than we might get in the room and say, yeah, man, I like gold. But it's like, what's going to really, that's really the whole thing of over, like, why it gotta be so overdone in that instance? So I just found that interesting. I think anyone that you speak to, and that's why I want to be careful with this video, you can go to the cops right now and show them this thing, and they're gonna probably say, yeah, but it's a tone, like you wouldn't like if I got, if I stepped to you a certain kind of way, so like they can admit that this might be going on, but in order to have a conversation, we just gotta start from a more simple place. Because I know my friends that are cops, like, they just come up to me like, "Ooh, don't shoot me!" Like that, you know what I mean? Like you're making me not like you. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't even funny. You know what I mean? So I just think you gotta, we need something like this. That's from a simple thing. You can't argue it. And we'll start from there.
Yeah, I want to just ask a question. How many New Yorkers we have in here? Raise your hand if you're a New Yorker. That's like everybody. Like I was raised in Memphis, so I'm like a partial New Yorker. I've been here for 13 years, so everybody like, yeah, you're a New Yorker. So everybody raise their hand. So how many people, if you're a New Yorker, how many people have actually went through the turnstile without paying? Raise your hands. That's everybody in here. We have a very diverse crowd up in here. Now, raise your hand. Have you gotten a ticket or stopped by the police if you went through? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a diverse crowd, and and the ones that kept their hands down, the ones that rose their hand. But just recently, I was one of them that rushing to go pick up my child. Everyone has this issue in New York City. They're rushing. They're just trying to get to their next destination. And sometimes you have the cash on you, sometimes you don't. Sometimes your car works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes the people are in there in the metro car people, what they call
Chain booth operators.
they're called something, but they're over there dealing with the metro cars. But yet, sometimes you don't always have a way, and you have to make a way. So, but there's also reasons for everything. But this particular day, the door is open. There's multiple people walking through, and I'm in a rush. And so, yet I go through the door because my car didn't work. I swiped it several times, and I have to get my child before after school is over, and that's a priority. Otherwise, he will be sitting in a precinct waiting for his father, and that's another issue. But of course, when I went through this day, I get pulled over or stopped by two police. Two police, yes. Why did you go through the turnstile? Well, my car didn't work, and I'm rushing to get my child. Well, let me see your ID. Okay, let me give you my ID. Get off your phone. Why do I have to get off your phone? Well, we need you to get off your phone. I know within my rights, I don't have to get off my phone. I know that I don't have to, it's my right to be on my phone, and it's my security to be on my phone. This is my evidence, but yet they're telling me to get off my phone at this time. But also, I don't want to antagonize this situation. I don't want to prolong it. How long is this going to take? Can I go? I know this is probably going to be a quick situation. Let me go home, or let me go about my way so I can pick up my child. But yet, as I'm looking for my ID, and he's looking through my wallet as I'm going through it, he's also making a call on his walkie, and I noticed 6 other police officers coming through the gate for little old me, just coming through, just trying to rush and get my child, but yet there's 6 police coming through the gate, watching me and hovering over me with these 2, so now we have 8, and then there's 1 pulling up behind me, just sitting there, with the presence of 9 police officers, because I walked through the gate. Mind you, multiple people walk through this gate. Children, women, boys, girls, but I get stopped. Unfortunately, I realize that I'm aware of my well-being and how I carry myself. I just recently got lots, but yet this perception has came on me when I've changed my appearance. But also, it's been something ongoing through my life that I've been aware of. So within this situation, I knew how to carry myself, because the first thing that came to me that I'm not about to walk out of this. I'm not going to walk out of this in a good situation. That's the first thing that came to me. But the second thing that came to me is I want to see my child. What do I have to do? Have faith in this situation that I'm going to get out. And that's what got me out, making the right decisions, knowing my place of who I am and whose I am.
So, yeah. I wanna, if y'all got any questions, questions, answers, whatever, but we're gonna, after that, we can just smoke and chill out. If y'all wanna continue talking about it, what I will ask is y'all click the link and just watch at least watch it once. At least you watch it once on the YouTube. That's the least I can ask you.
Which one? Say the Twitter, Instagram, everything.
Henny Cornelius on YouTube. It's
Twitter.
On everything.
Smokes and jokes on everything.
Smokes and jokes.
Comedy on everything. Okay.
On everything. But we got the. Yes, she is. The movie though is called They Over Police, but it's OVR, capital OVR.
OVR, Smokes and Jokes, Henny.
Yeah.
No, I'm just.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
So the streets know.
Who do you want to see this video? Who's this video?
Who can we tag?
In terms of what you mean? In terms of artistically, I like artistically organic growth. So if you just know somebody who
I'll pay for the hits.
No, but I'm saying
don't need
Do you
no
want us to tag in
Before
with
y'all
your
cut the
name?
jokes, let me say like for me the marketing scheme is actual if you actually genuinely was moved by the art. I've been all around the whole globe. I've seen everything. It does not excite me. The only thing that excites me is what excites you. So if it don't move you, you don't share it. But I'm asking you from outside of this context here tonight, because tonight was the vibe. You watch it, and if you feel like it's someone you need to see this, if it's one person, two persons, you want to share it on your page. You don't want to ever see it again. But I ask for you
Do you
at
have
least.
TikTok?
I do have a TikTok, Smoke
Nice.
Comedy.
Alright.
I want you at least to watch it once, click on it once. Hashtag they. We got the dance. We got the dance already. When you get out of the chains like this from the Last Dragon, that's the dance right there.
I know you fucking lying.
That was it.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yo, I love the editing. Why did you guys choose to shoot it vertically instead of horizontally?
Well, that's your look.
Yeah. I
Too tall when I be trying to shoot the
for me, it helped out because I think the phone. I like to hold my phone like this. I don't like to switch my phone like this.
So you're a Republican.
And then, like, the new Instagram TV, if you have long content, it's long on there, but a lot of people have cut in rather than, I just want to shoot for the actual format that was there. And then plus also a lot of times I'm holding the phone myself and I hold it like how black people hold guns in movies. Hold it to the side like this. So it just was easier to catch more of my body like that too. I guess it was because I'm tall. At the end of it, it's because I'm tall.
Well, look, now because it was added question. Actually, it just synced up, pretty nicely. Like the last couple of projects that I did, I kind of linked that to his aesthetic as well, because I'd already been like working on developing like a style with that, just because when you can utilize that full vertical, there's actually more real estate there. I know, so I try to encourage my clients and stuff to use that as well. I just think in the long run, even though I there's something to doing your stand-up routine and being able to tell Seagrams, actually, we can represent you down here. Like, so I've already, and then plus I just think on some like split screen, like I was doing this whole series called The Movies where like I was like, like I was like showing a little bit of the Wu-Tang song, but then also like the Kung Fu flick of the Black exploitation. Oh, I thought you were about like Woolies, like no, the other type of food. Yeah. You talking about like the smoke, yeah. So that was just something that I'd already been developing that kind of aesthetic, and he was already embracing that kind of aesthetic, so it just kind of came together. But let me shout out a couple more links. So of course, follow this man because that's going to take you on this whole adventuring journey. That I'm always going to say that like I don't necessarily care about 1 million views from people that can do nothing for me. I care about the couple of hundred that are actually gonna like galvanize around us and help this thing go further. We really, you'll see over the next couple of months, but even like Henny, we're talking about creating like a whole like reverse PAL kind of situation where the police are like, look, we like black kids too, and then like we play basketball, but like literal like OBR, like like options to violently reacting, like we gonna break down a whole curriculum, with this thing. Like I get snaps. I never was a
You know, I seen Love Jones, but I was never that.
Apparently you are. Lorenz Tina.
And the last big thing that that I think about when you said what you said, like I said, it's really, I think we just have to start because everybody is sensitive about what we've gone through in these last couple. So understand, like, just like you can just openly express that frustration. But like for my friends, even if it's not a police situation, like friends that are like really like in a corporate situation where like the other people don't look like them, they can't really even come in like and really just be on some like, I'm not really feeling like it today, because they get, it gets to a place. So it's just people doing like regular jobs. It's just, and they have to watch how they behave. So I would assume for cops, like they get frustrated too, but they can't bring that to the thing because the scope is extra tight on them. So I don't want to start the conversation from an extreme place. Just kind of rationally keeping that in mind as well. If you really want to have a conversation, if you just want to make somebody feel bad, then have at it. But I'm just I'm too old for the petty stuff. Like let's have a decent conversation. I remember a couple of months ago, this was one of those subtle things that I was like, that's interesting, because like I've heard a couple people say, a lot of my friends are white and so forth, so I get some intel sometimes. And I wasn't even watching the Super Bowl, and I know that my buddies said, they always blame it on someone else. I was talking to Ralph, and he was so confused. I'm like, what was he confused about? Well, the Weeknd, performed, and okay, yeah, the Weeknd, this guy, the Weeknd, yeah. So we were trying to figure out, why did all the performers with him have to be black? How come during a Super Bowl event, I have to be reminded and made to feel bad when it's supposed to be an afternoon and we're supposed to be having fun? And I just found that interesting. I said, why does his performance have to be? I said, well, I'll show you. I said, if he was the weekday, then he wouldn't be allowed to do that, just because it was the weekend. Right? But I said, when the guys do the Asian guys, and then they're up there and everybody's flipping, and I don't know who's singing the record, do you ask, why do all of them have to be Asian? You wouldn't think the answer, right? So what are we really talking about? So it's those little details like that I'm like, you don't have a problem with everybody. You just have a problem that there was some black being celebrated, period. Because more than two is a group in the crowd, and that's really what it's about. So that's why I'm saying, let's not, I'm cool, like I'm the coolest cat, but let's not play games, yeah. And that's what I think this video does.
Yeah. Oh, you got a question? I was just about to wrap it.
Sure. So my question is, especially knowing that your father, and I don't know if either of y'all fathers, but like tackling this in your artistry, how do you talk to your child about this? And help him navigate the world as a young black man coming up.
I keep him sheltered and away from the world. He'll go straight from here to school and then to a bubble of success. Yeah, like a bubble of success. I don't. Yeah, that's really what I've been trying to do and be a part of that with as much as possible. Just for right now, let him keep his innocence. And I think the problem with me was that I grew up too quick. I was in New York. I was traveling to school by the age of 9 by myself. So imagine different boroughs. I was coming from living in the shelter in Lower lower, I don't know what that would be called, Houston Street.
Lower East Side, LES.
Houston Street, the Castle. I'm taking a train up to the Bronx. I was in the Castle, and I'm taking a train up to the Bronx and shit. So at this point, like I have a totally different life than him. So I be looking like, you got it easy. All you got to do is sort of like, get good grades, get support from your family. You know what I mean? You get to have temper tantrums and shit. We couldn't, you couldn't afford a temper tantrum, no matter how weird or your mind didn't work like everybody else. It was sink or swim when I was growing up. So I'm actually happy that he has that safety net and that bubble of support that I feel like gives you a chance of self-actualization. Because for a lot of what I realized a lot of my life, I didn't have a chance at self-actualization because I was too nervous to move as myself. I was nervous. I'm moving about. I'm like, if I move freely,
up for that.
yeah. If I move freely. Well, now, I've been doing a lot for self-actualization and connecting with different people, and I'm grateful for everybody. It's what I love about our groups is always beautifully multicultural. We could always learn, talk, chill, vibe with each other on different aspects. I now want to enjoy the rest of my. I got an indica. I usually do sativas. I got an indica, so I want to turn on some jams and hit my indicas. If y'all want to talk about it, let's jam. Talk about it with the lights low. We got some more food upstairs. We chilling.
To the most self-actualized person I know. Let's clap it up.
This little room, right? When you come off the steps, it's got nice merchandise in it. You know what I mean? To support the projects of the artists that are doing
Thank you. With the moonlight, though.
You got plans, you got things. Don't say that. Yo, thank you to everybody out there that tuned in tonight for this broadcast that was here with us. We'll be back on Friday. Check us out, Smoke and Joe's Comedy. We gotta be out now because the man gonna cut us off. So y'all have a good night. Stay blessed.